Ladies and gentlemen, I am Penguin, and I would like to welcome you to Antiga Shipyard, MLG Antiga Shipyard, where we will be seeing a game between two Korean master players, well, Grandmaster players technically, but you know what I mean. We'll be seeing the blue Terran in the left spawn location, Quantic Incredible Miracle MVP, and in his cross spawn location, which is enforced on this map, we'll be seeing oGsMC. MC, a little bit of a fun fact about him actually, I looked this up yesterday. He is the player who has won the most prize money since StarCraft 2's launch at $195,000 US. Pretty interesting, in my opinion. And MVP, of course, is considered to be one of the best Terrans in the world, if not the best. And yeah, this is it'll be interesting to see what happens here. MC, of course, known for being a pretty standard player. MVP actually also relatively standard player. So, I mean, it's like a battle of the standard players. Who plays better? I mean, MVP, of course, is one of those master Koreans who's able to, you know, drop 10 places at once while macroing, while attacking the front, while splitting his Marines against Banelings, while this. With about 10,000 APM, and MC is essentially the Protoss counterpart to that, so should be very, very nice to see where this game goes. There is a barracks coming up here, MVP opting to have it at home, no proxy shenanigans just yet. He's going to be sending this guy out, most likely as a scout, not to build any sort of sneaky things. Probe for MC, going to come in, see absolutely everything. Not really much to prevent that at this point. And MC is going for, wow, he's going for Nexus first. Very, very optimistic by him. And it is a very large map, but still, that's a bit of an optimistic move, and MVP will see that, so it'll be interesting to see whether he responds with aggression or whether he just sort of lets that happen. MC also putting up a gateway now, not going to be getting the forge that is, ooh, canceling the gateway and getting another gateway. Bit of mind games going on there. Did MVP see the second gateway? I don't know if he did. I think MC was trying to trick him by making it look like he canceled it, but he's just going to come and double check. He knows that is, once again, another gateway. So not only is MC going Nexus first, he's going Nexus first with a very delayed first gateway. So early aggression here could really do some horrendous things to him. MVP is, however, going to be putting up his own expansion, not getting more than the 2 Marines for now, and we'll just continue macroing hard, getting his SCV count up. Going to be throwing down a very fast third command center. Wow. Looks like this could be gearing up to be a really, really long game. Cybercore going down as well as the second gateway. Going to be getting out that first Zealot to defend against any sort of early shenanigans. Going to get this SCV in here once again to just know really everything that's going on again. And that's the sort of a consistency that MC has not been able to have because of those Marines, but yeah, I mean, MC is basically saying, you know, come at me, bro. You know exactly what I'm doing, and I know you know exactly what I'm doing, and I still feel like I can beat you, so we'll finally get that SCV taken down by one of these probes, one of these hero probes. Warrior probe. Bit behind on his pylons. Going to be pylon blocked, and only just now starting the pylon. Probes and pylons, probes and pylons. Day 9 said it true. What's going to be happening with this? This is not... I'm going to be interested to see whether he just makes this into a macro orbital, or whether he floats it over here, whether he floats it over there. And these Marines are just sort of maintaining map control around his base. He's got this little area locked down. He knows there's not going to be anything in here anytime soon. So, it looks like a little bit of a scouting party is going to go out. 1 Zealot, 2 Stalkers. And he's going to continue pumping out Stalkers. And he's going to be chronoing that warp gate, of course. Double gateway coming up in the back of the base. Ooh, looks like he could be going for a delayed 2 base 4 gate push of some sort. I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like this. So I'm gonna be trying to push up the ramp. There is a bunker there. The bunker will be able to hold firm relatively easily. Gets a poor little probe. What was that probe doing with your army, MC? But that's actually what the probe is doing to the army. But still, poor little probe. Producing out of these 3 racks is going to be using this command center, this orbital command, as a macro orbital for now. Extra energy means extra mules, and extra building means extra production. This orbital command getting this base, this little expansion set up, and there looks to be a pretty big push coming in here. There are enough units to hold firm very easily, though. No problem. Second bunker is nearing completion. Third bunker is just getting started as well. FCV sees everything, sees this robo facility. He obviously knows that there are this many gateways now just because of the number of units he's seeing. And it is in fact a 2-base 4-gate push. Interesting play by MC. 2 bunkers are now up though. 2 bunkers fully loaded as well as these extra units here. Nothing there to repair it though. Ooh. Bit sloppy by MVP, not bringing his SCVs anywhere near early enough. We'll be replacing that bunker with a new one though. And MC is going to be retreating home. Put on a bit of pressure, wasn't too successful. Going to be getting double forge for double upgrades. And speaking of upgrades, MVP is getting Terran Infantry level 1 as well as STIM at the moment. And only now at the 9-minute mark will he be putting up his factory. So the tech has been tier 1 thus far for both players. There is a robo facility up for oGsMC obviously, and this observer is going to be making his way across the map. Also going to be making another observer straight afterwards. Really wants that scouting information. Scouting information, of course, invaluable. And it'll be interesting to see where he puts this. SCV moving out across the map. Looks like he might try to get a bit more scouting information in. Doesn't look like he's going to be very successful with all these guys here, though. So, 2 forges, both being chronoed out. A lot of saved chrono boost on this Nexus. Twilight Council also going up, along with massive amounts of gateways. Gateway. Actually, that's only 6 gateways. Well, Blink going to be coming up as well. SCV got further than I would have thought, but he didn't see anything he hadn't seen before. Has he seen the double forge? He's seen 1 forge. Going to be sending this expansion that was built long ago over to this base here. Maybe taking that, starting to mine out of it. He is getting conch shells as well as combat shields, so he's doing very well with his unit upgrades. Second engineering bay is on the way up as well as an armory. MVP is, how are we looking in worker supply? It's actually very even. MVP has a 2-worker lead, not the hugest difference, although for Terran, they also have the income of those mules, so I mean this is going to fluctuate quite a bit, but look at that, dominating. Moving out with a large bio ball here, just to here. This observer sees it, the second observer knows exactly what's going on. But this scouting factory will see exactly what's going on over here. We'll see this army, we'll see how much army there is. We'll miss these last stalkers, but we'll know exactly what's coming. And the medevacs make it very difficult to deal with this sort of a Marine Marauder ball. I think he has a few less Marauders than he would like, but he's doing very, very well for himself at this point. MC also going to be putting up his 3rd base. Oh, blinking into the main! And will he pick off these medevacs? No, he won't, but those units are forced to retreat. He knows he needs to leave some here because, of course, that 2-pronged attack is just totally standard. SCV is being pulled. They are going to defend the starport. How many will he get? He's sending a lot of Marauders up here. We'll be getting a lot of those taking down, but these Marines and these Marauders up at the front are able to hold that relatively easily, but these Stalkers that just blink back down from the high ground are just there to reinforce immediately. Oh, brilliant force fields prevents them from getting back to the bunkers, and he will lose all of these units. No, he won't. The medevacs dropping. Fantastic play by MVP, who is getting Terran infantry level infantry weapons weapons level 2 and armor level 1. 2-2 is on the way for MC as well as charge. He does already have blink, and 4 more gateways are on the way. He's just pushing with these gateway units non-stop. Little supply depot getting ready to be put there. You will see those rocks under attack. There is a pylon going to be put down there as well. Hard to get to. Easy to warp things in over here though. The question is, what will MVP do? He will pull over here. He's not going to flank around and try to prevent them from destroying the rocks. He is just going to wait. scans and sees everything going on. Still going to be warping guys in over there, not going to wait for that pylon to finish, and he knows he can warp and he can get his units up there very, very quickly. But there is a little force there. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, or whatever it is. Not going to be fooled, or in the words of the Who, won't get fooled again. That may be difficult for him to hold this off, though. No, he's got his units in very nice position over there. Oh no, the supply depot! Picks up a stalker. That is a lot of charge lots, though. Ooh, the force field's doing more detriment to his attack than anything else. And there is a ghost on the way. EMP could do wonders here. Level 3 infantry weapons and level 2 infantry armor are on the way. 2-2 about to finish for MC. Will he go straight into 3-3? He is getting storm. And the force field's not what they need to be. They're doing more damage than help. Once again, those zealots are not being able to get around those force fields, and MC just not showing any prowess at those. All those zealots being taken out, and MC just lost that battle himself. He killed himself in that fight, and MVP could just push across the map and try to win right now. And it looks like he's just going to do that. And Sentry getting very low on health. Will stim to kill that Sentry as well as these as well. Another Sentry falls. And the army is going to engage. Those Archons will do brilliant damage against this Bio Ball, but there are only 2 of them. Psystorm would maybe have been better, but the Archons have fantastic splash damage. They're going to do a lot, but one Archon falls, the other Archon falls, and he's forced to retreat once again. MC is down by 50 in supply. He blinks away, but the Immortal is then defenseless. The Immortal falls, not too immortal, it would seem. He's gonna be getting that Storm out as fast as he possibly can. Zealots are going to do a lot of damage here, but what's going to if he takes out the Zealots, it could be very interesting, but the Zealots are tearing his force to pieces. No medevacs left except for this one with very little health. Oh no, there's one over here as well, but no, I was right. No medevacs left, but there is an attack here. Another reinforcing wave here, sort of owning MC's army. MC in that last little engagement, though, did make good some of the detriment in his supply count. Now only 20, not only 15 actually. Oh, separates. I hadn't seen this. There is an attack down here taking out a lot of units. No, not so many units, but a lot of these SCVs here. Only one SCV left in this space. A couple of mules, but there's one mule even being left to sit down there, doing nothing. Poor little lonely mule. He's been forgotten about. One Marauder being sent in there just to see what is going on. What's going on? And this Bio Ball is going to continue to move out. Are there any ghosts in there? I know he has ghosts, but are they in there is the question. I don't know. I don't see any ghosts. I could just be an idiot, though. No ghosts. But if a Marauder drop... Oh, if he can take out these 2 pylons, he will unpower... not that gateway. 4 gateways. Still pretty nice. And we'll pick up and run. Not bad. Not bad. A little bit of harassment there. And there are Archons here, of course, and a lot of Zealots. This army does very well against Bio, this Archon Zealot force. But as soon as those ghosts get in there, and as soon as they can EMP those Archons are useless. Oh, a huge drop in there, almost a doom drop in the main, and the Zealot Archon force is going to be able to pretty much clean this force up with relative ease. But there is just nothing stopping this force in the main. They're being forced to turn around, but they don't have blink. These units are slow. These units are able to do absolutely nothing as his army just tears through everything that he owns. MC is going to be losing his entire production facility area. This little quarter of his village here, little Sim City, not going so well. Oh, Storm's being really, really brilliant. Storm's taking out almost everything. Wow. Really impressive Storms, but I think he took out something like 6 gateways there. Not good for MC, and there is an attack over here as well. The only real mining base, there's a Naturals mining as well, but this looks like he'll take this Nexus down without even being attacked. That Nexus goes down. Almost all the probes there go down as well. And he is maxed. MVP is maxed. oGsMC is at 100 supply. And there's another drop into the main. And this is what I was talking about earlier. He can drop in 2-3 places at once, be able to control everything perfectly. High Templar there, not with any energy. They're just going to ignore that High Templar and take down as much production as they can. Marauders do fantastic damage to buildings, and there are no more gateways in the main. There are no more gateways on the field except for those that are building right now. oGsMC! And MVP is going to be taking this gold expansion as well as building a 5th base. And there is just nothing to stop him at this point in time. 6 gateways on the way. But what are 6 gateways that aren't even built yet going to do against an army like this? Level 3 armor now finishes now. And he's now fully upgraded to these units. There is nothing to stop him. These units are practically fully upgraded if we discount shields, but still, that's just so much of a deficit in his supply. I don't really see how MC can come back from this unless MVP engages in a horrific engagement, but MVP is too good for something like that. More ghosts on the way, 4 at a time, 6 marines at a time, medevacs as well. High Templar being morphed in. High Templar micro is really the only one. I don't know, he's getting Archons, and of course, with MVP continuing to get this Bio Ball, Archons are going to be very good against them, but if he can get EMPs off on the Archons are useless. EMP, oh, he's spreading his units very well. Doesn't want to be taking too much splash damage from those Archons. Going to stim in his first little set of units here, focusing down that Archon. And the Archon is still alive. Doesn't focus it down, comes very, very close. Will he focus it? No, he won't. Bit of mismanagement there, but not terrible at all. This observer here, it's just a little red dot. Wanted to see what it was. MVP going to be dropping in the main again. Not really much here to do. I mean, he can take out that Cybercore and prevent Stalkers, but he's not really doing Stalkers at this point. Looks like that's what he will do. And he's just going to be chronoing these gateways like there's no tomorrow. He's just that was a waste of a lot of good units right there, MVP. But he remaxes instantly. Mobius Reactor on the way. More units, all the time. He's just going to contain him. He's now on 5 base. Oh no, as soon as this base gets up, it'll be 5. When he flies this somewhere else, it'll be 6. And here's the push. EMPs all over the place. The Archons are falling like flies. And GG from MC. MVP takes this game with superb play with a massive, massive Bio Ball. I've been Penguin, and thank you for tuning in.